American families are worried about how they're going to put food on the table, gas. They're worried about the economy, their children. You layer all these things on top of each other, and I would say that all of South Texas and the Americans across this nation are just going to say no more in November, and we are going to see a massive walkaway movement from the Democrat Party to the Republican Party because of this.
And that was Hispanic Texas congressional candidate Monica de la Cruz on this program last month, discussing the political shift taking place across America as President Biden's approval rating hits a record low this morning of 36%. As you see, we are back with Texas Congresswoman Mayra Flores. And Congressman, I want to talk a bit about what's most important to the Hispanic community. We are all feeling the same issues, and that is the sting of inflation. And yet the Democrats have been trying to make inroads into the Hispanic community since 2020. How are they doing?
They're doing horrible. They've abandoned the Hispanic community. The Hispanic community is about God, family, and hard work. And right now, our biggest concern is the economy. It's costing the average American $460 a month. Can you imagine what it's like to be a senior citizen that lives on a fixed income? I worked with the elderly community for many years, and I can't imagine what their current situation is. And I really do believe that the reason why we were successful in the special election is because we were focused on God, family values, and the economy, and of course, the border crisis that is hurting us tremendously here in South Texas and throughout the country.
Yeah, I want to ask you more about that border crisis, but we're looking now at the cost of essentials in America. This is just food, fuel, and rent soaring in the last year, largely because of all of the spending in the Democrat agenda. The president keeps blaming Vladimir Putin, but we know, obviously, that inflation really started stoking after the president signed into law his COVID relief package back in March of 2021. I want to get your thoughts on what the Democrat strategy has been. They seem to be pitting you against Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who calls you, what did she call you, an extreme right-winger?
Yeah, I guess me standing for God and family values, that's what they call far right. I am not a far right. Do not hold their values. I'm a conservative, and I will always represent the Hispanic community's values. I grew up with those values. They have been instilled in me since I was born, and I'm not willing to put my values aside for no political party. And the Democrat Party wants us to forget how we were raised. They want us to forget about our family values. They want us to be obedient to their party. And the moment that we're no longer obedient, they go against us. I'm an immigrant. They claim to be in support of immigrants, and I only get but hate from the Democrat Party. They want to send me back to Mexico.
Well, it's interesting because you were a Democrat. So to come up with these, attack lines on you, not even understanding your own history, and then that shove by Nancy Pelosi on your daughter when you were first sworn in. We have a picture of that. That must have really hurt. I mean, your daughter handled it beautifully, but this was pretty outrageous to see.
It really was, and very disappointing, but it doesn't surprise me. These people say they support immigrants, but they don't want us near them. They want to keep us poor. They don't want us to rise. They want to continue controlling our vote. That's why they want so many people to come to this country, but they want to have them in control. And that's not going to happen. Yeah. Immigrants love God, love family values, and they're up for a big surprise coming this November.
Mayra, the other thing is the border. Your husband is a border agent, and he has been defending this great country now on the front lines. You see it in your backyard. We have new pictures from Bill Malusian, who's doing an incredible job there at the border. We've brought this program to the border 4 times already, and I'll be going again. We see what's happening there, and the Democrat party seems to just be ignoring what feels like an invasion. Is this an invasion? And give us your sense of what's going on now. What needs to be done?
Our Border Patrol agents are truly our heroes. They don't have the resources and the manpower to handle this crisis. It is really a humanitarian crisis, and the Biden administration doesn't care about children being abused and going through rape just to get here to the United States illegally and then sold into child sex trafficking. The Biden administration is at fault. They continue to encourage people to come here illegally, knowing that they're going to have to go through such dangerous journey to come here to the United States. Why not focus on legal immigration and improve the legal process so good people that want to come here to work hard for the American dream can do it, but not have to go through that dangerous journey? But it blows my mind. Why would they continue to push illegal immigration knowing it's funding criminal organizations that have taken over the entire southern border? I'm from Tamaulipas. I have family in the state of Tamaulipas. I cannot visit as often because I'm afraid. And a lot of people here in South Texas have families in Tamaulipas and throughout Mexico, and they cannot visit their loved ones because of the criminal organizations. So we understand that we don't want what we're scared of to come here. I never want no American to ever feel afraid to visit their families. I don't wish that on anyone. And it's heartbreaking to see, and it's difficult for me because I have family in Mexico still.
Yeah, and there's also the drugs, right? Fentanyl coming in, swarming the U.S. border, making it to big cities in 24 hours, and it's being made in China. We don't see any pushback on the fentanyl either, so that's as well a problem. Congresswoman, it's great to see you. We are going to be watching, obviously, your race come November, and we so appreciate your time and your leadership. Thank you so much, Mayra Flores.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
And to you.